What's going on, everybody? My name is CD, and today we're going to be talking about the Grau, probably my favorite assault rifle for Warzone. We're going to be talking about the iron sight versus a new scope that I've seen a lot of streamers, YouTube personalities, people that are good at Warzone have been using. So let's check it out. So to just jump right into it, right here is probably your normal Grau class, something very similar to this. We have the monolithic suppressor, Archangel barrel, commando foregrip, and 60 round mag. Now the next attachment is kind of up to you. So I think most people have been using the tac laser, right? That is your default Grau class as of right now. Lately, I have been using the rubber grip on the rear grip here, which helps with your recoil control even more, making the Grau just an absolute laser beam. I've also seen some people use the XRK Void 2 rear grip, which kind of speeds up your Grau a little bit with ADS speed and sprint to fire speed, but it does hurt your recoil control. So those are all viable options, but whichever fifth attachment you choose right there, I would say remove that one as it's probably the least necessary, and add on the VLK 3x optic sight. Now you may be like, no way, the Grau has a great iron sight, I don't need this. And you may be right, I do agree the Grau probably has one of the best iron sights in the game, but things can always be improved, right? There are quite a few gunfights where you just kind of lose somebody with an iron sight. Now that happens with every iron sight. I would say it does happen less with the Grau because of how good and how centered that vertical line is for the Grau iron sight. But for longer distance shots, which is what I mainly use the Grau for, this VLK 3x optic sight it's perfect. This sight acts as an ACOG scope, so it does give you a little bit of zoom, and it also has a nice little dot in the center that just allows you to hit some long range shots, some consistent shots, to actually be able to get a kill from a long distance, where before maybe with the iron sights you would be able to get some hit markers but maybe not finish that kill. I've heard a lot of YouTubers call it the boomer sight, just like old people need glasses to see. So not that I'm old or anything, but I figured, you know, let's try it out. Let's give it a whirl. I don't think I'll like it. I think I'm gonna go back to the iron sights, but I'll give it a game. In that one game, I had so many perfect fights for this VLK optic sight that's just what I've been using ever since. The only time it's really going to hinder you, in my opinion, is close range gunfights. So if you do use your Grau a lot for those closer range gunfights, maybe this optic sight isn't for you because it does zoom a little bit as the 3x optic sight does. But for my class, I'm using the MP5 as the secondary, so whenever I get in close quarters scenarios inside a building, something like that, I never have the Grau in my hands anyway. Like I said, those medium long range gunfights, you're gonna hit more consistent shots than probably somebody else with the iron sights. I've said this a lot in previous videos, there's a lot of attachments that are just up to personal preference. That's really how it is. There's not a better or a worse attachment, but there's always gonna be a meta, and I already showed you the 4 meta attachments, so you can kind of pick that fifth attachment for your personal preference, whether that be that tac laser, whether that be some sort of grip, or whether it be this VLK optic sight. I'm telling you, it's something to try out. If you hate it, you hate it. Go back to whatever you like. It's definitely something interesting, definitely not something I thought I would be using. If you guys go back and watch any of my Road to Damascus videos where I talk about sights on weapons, it's always the GI Mini Reflex. And that's mainly because in multiplayer, you don't have these insane 200-meter fights. That just doesn't happen in multiplayer. The maps aren't built like that. But in Warzone, you do. It just happens. And a sniper is just not always very viable. So something like the Grau, little recoil, consistent shots, throw on a VLK, basically ACOG sight, you can hit those long range shots. I don't know, it's kind of a game changer, to be honest. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this sight, of this new class, if you guys have tried it. Sub if you guys have not already for more Modern Warfare content coming out here real soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys later.